welcome back to my channel. So this is the look I decided to create for you. I know I showcased a couple of my Bunny Beauty boxes before, and I wanted to show you guys how I would use these products and show you guys that they are really awesome, and the fact that they are cruelty-free doesn't mean cruelty-free and vegan sometimes. Doesn't actually mean that the products don't work and they're horribly pigmented and it's just a waste of your money. That is not it at all. These products are just as awesome, if not even more awesome, than MAC products, L'Oreal, Revlon, Garnier, all of those test on animals, which is super sad. But if you guys like this look, please stay tuned. Alright, so I'm just going to take some concealer. This is Wet n Wild concealer in the color Medium Tawney, and I'm just going to generously apply this all over my lids in preparation for eyeshadow. And I'm just going to blend it in with my ring finger. Next, I'm going to take my Harmony palette from Creative Soul. And this is actually one of the palettes that I received in my Bunny Beauty box last month. So it's the first time I'm using this palette, so I'm really excited about it. And the first color I'm going to start off with is this color right here. This is a beautiful orangey, peachy color, and I'm just going to generously apply this to my crease, and this is going to act as our blending color. You want to tap off any excess product before applying this to your lid, but you don't have to be super precise with this. And you just want to use circular motions to apply this into your crease. And for this look in particular, you can apply an even amount of this eyeshadow all over your lower crease. And then once that color is nice and blended in your crease, you can start blending that color upwards towards your brow bone. The next color I'm going to take is this one right here, and this is called Coffee. This is a beautiful, nice, neutral light brown color, and we're just also going to apply this underneath that peachy eyeshadow in my crease. I'm just going to use the same brush for this. Now this, I'm going to use more windshield wiper motions to apply this because I want this color to be a little bit more pigmented than the peachy color Sienna, since this is going to be more of our crease color versus the blending color, which Sienna was. Alright, and now there's no product left on my brush, but I am going to start blending this upwards a little bit. Of course, we don't want any harsh lines, so we want to make sure this does blend in nicely with Sienna. Now that's nice and blended in, I am going to take, I think I'm going to take this champagne color right here. It's kind of a rose gold, really pigmented eyeshadow. And I'm just going to generously load up my brush. I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray. Squirt it a couple times. Now I'm going to press this color onto my lid. So I prefer to press pigments like this onto my lid because I feel like that's what gets the most color payoff. And you don't want to get this into your crease because we want to keep that crease nice and clean. Now that that pigment is on, I'm kind of gently pushing this into my crease. I didn't add on any extra product, but now I'm just kind of evening things out, just to make sure there are no blotchy areas and everything is nicely blended in. I really love this technique because it makes it look like this eyeshadow is like liquid gold, I guess you could say, but in this case liquid rose gold. But it just adds such a beautiful effect and really brings out the color in this eyeshadow. Alright, so for today's look, I am using my E.L.F foundation. I've used this a couple times already, and it's actually pretty good. I'm pleasantly surprised of how much I like this foundation. This is in the color Sand, and it's actually a little bit too light for my face, so I'm going to mix it in with a darker foundation, and I'm just going to blend this in with a Kabuki brush. All right, next I am going to add a little bit of highlight underneath my eyes. I'm gonna take my NYX Highlight and Contour Palette, and I'm just gonna take these two middle colors right here and apply this in a triangle underneath my eyes. I'm gonna apply this in a triangle motion. Really wanna get up underneath my eye. Now I'm gonna powder the outer edges of my face for some reason. So I didn't want to add a translucent powder all over my face because it does kind of soften the color of my foundation. And I still wanted to keep a lot of that warmth and kind of bronziness in my face that I get from my foundation. So I'm just kind of using a Real Techniques big fluffy brush and just really softly dusting this across my face. And I'm gonna take that NYX Highlight and Contour Palette again, and I'm gonna mix, see, this color and this color together, and I'm just gonna add some contour on my jawline and a little bit on my cheeks. There's so many dogs barking outside, you guys. I have no idea why. It is late. We do have a coyote problem, which if you guys have followed me for a while, you would know that my poor little baby dog Romeo back in November was sadly killed by a coyote in my backyard, which is so sad. I was devastated for months. I still am. I just don't cry as much as before, but that's so I hate coyotes a lot. All right, and I'm just using upward circular motions to blend this in. We want to create a nice and subtle contour. I'm gonna add a little bit to my forehead, but just to this side of my forehead. The top of my forehead is fairly narrow, and this is kind of like the wider part of my face, which I guess is normal. But I don't need to contour too much around my hairline at the very top. Let's add some blush to this look. I am using my NYX Desert Rose blush. This is a really beautiful, deep kind of ruby color that adds a nice deep flush to your cheeks. And you want to apply this fairly lightly at the beginning because it is fairly pigmented, and we're using that same circular motion of your cheekbone, and I'm just going to gently blend that in with my contour. And another technique that I like to use when applying blush is I like to dab the blush on first, because again, it adds the most pigment, and then I'm just gonna start blending this in. All right, you guys, let's go back into our eyes. I'm gonna spice up this look just a little bit. I'm gonna go back into my Harmony palette, and I am just gonna take this color right here, this champagne that we used before, and I am going to gently apply that, or softly apply that underneath of my eyes. And I'm just using a flat brush to do this, but I want to keep this as close to my lower lash line as possible. This is going to be nice and subtle. If you guys just want to add a pop of color to the bottom of your eye without going through, you know, all the steps. This is just kind of a nice daytime version of adding eyeshadow to your lower lash line, I should say. Nothing fancy, just kind of adding some really pretty color and just kind of extra dimension to that look. Just gonna add a little bit also to the inner corner of my eye just to add some more pop. All right, now you guys, let's add some eyeliner and some mascara. So for my wing liner, I am using my Kat Von D tattoo liner. This is my absolute all-time favorite liner. I mean, this stuff is amazing. It's sweat-proof, it's waterproof, it's just really, really awesome. I absolutely love it. And for me, it actually lasts a fairly long time. There is a NYX equivalent, but I don't feel like it has that same lasting power as the Kat Von D version. And for my mascara, I'm taking my Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. Alright you guys, we are almost done. One thing I love about this e.l.f. foundation is that it does give off a nice dewy glow already, especially since I didn't add too much powder to really like cover and cake this foundation on. It just has a beautiful natural dewy finish to it. But of course I am going to set this face with my Wet n Wild Natural Finish setting spray. And to finish off this look, I am going to use another product from my Bunny Beauty Box. This is from the company Trading Mekka, and this is a liquid matte lipstick. This is in the color Spice, and it's such a beautiful, natural color. I just really love it, and I feel like it goes with so many things, so many different makeup looks. And it's just super soft on my lips. Has a nice amount of pink and peach undertones to it, so it's not too heavy or muddy on the brown undertones. Alright you guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. I love the products that I receive in my Bunny Beauty Box. This is not a sponsored video at all. I just purchased and subscribed to Bunny Beauty Box and I love receiving it, and I just wanted to showcase some of the products that we get in the box. As I have said before in my last video, Bunny Beauty Box is a cruelty-free makeup beauty box that comes to you every month, and a portion of each purchase goes to Rescue Freedom Project, and they rescue all kinds of animals from animal testing laboratories, and it's just such a great cause, and I just really love that even though I'm buying makeup, I feel like I am giving back to a cause that is dear to me and something I want to spread the word about. Still, it's a cause that I am passionate about, and hopefully you guys will join me in subscribing to Bunny Beauty Box as well. So thanks you guys as always for spending the time with me, and if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I always do little pictures and sneak peeks of things that I purchase before I showcase it on my YouTube channel, so definitely go follow me on there. And as always, thanks you guys so much for spending the time with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!